This broadcast will start in 30 seconds. This broadcast will start in 15 seconds. This broadcast will start in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The Voice of Stockton. For more information on The Voice of Stockton, go to thevoiceofstockton.org.
The views and opinions expressed in the following program do not necessarily reflect those of KXVS The Voice of Stockton or its parents, affiliates, management, and staff.
Hello, guys. On a Monday afternoon, on Monday, The Voice of Stockton, the Vigil show. Thanks for watching. I have a wonderful guest today. It's from the Pride Center, and I'd like to introduce Cymone Reyes and also Stephen Fox. They're both going to be talking about the variety of programs that the Pride Center have in Stockton. So I'm going to go ahead and have the mic now to discuss about what's happening on today. Event on Pride Center. Okay, go ahead.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Cymone Reyes. I am with the San Joaquin Pride Center. I'm the counseling service coordinator / the program clinical scheduler for the Pride Center. So we're here today. Well, a little bit about myself. I'm a 43-year-old trans woman of color, born and raised here in Stockton. Graduated from Edison High School in class of '92. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Have been involved in the LGBT community since 1992, so I'm probably one of the oldest working individuals in this LGBT field. I've sat as president of the board of one of the oldest LGBT organizations in this county, which is the Imperial San Joaquin Delta Empire. I worked with the San Joaquin AIDS Foundation for the first part of my career. I also worked for Laidlaw Transporting Special Needs Kids. And now I'm at the Pride Center, and I've been with them on and off for the last 5 years.
Oh, awesome. And Stephen?
Yes, a little bit about me. My name is Stephen Fox, and I am 25 years old. I grew up here, lived here my whole entire life in Stockton. And a little bit of background with some of my history. I'm still a newbie within our community as far as like the support systems and everything. I started at Delta, so we're probably thinking like 2009, 10-ish. We were the first group to kind of start on campus the Pride Center that's available there on campus, and now it's a wonderful place for the students there at Delta. I'm also with the San Joaquin Pride Center. My official title at this moment is Marriage Family Therapist Trainee. So I'm hoping I would be able to provide some insight onto the counseling services that we provide. And maybe if any questions come up while we're talking, I'll answer them. But yeah, that's a little bit about me. And background-wise, I've worked in substance abuse. And yeah, I'm working with families, teens, individuals, adults, couples, everything. So yeah.
Awesome. That's a lot of responsibility as a counselor, clinical counselor. You have to provide, but you also you're on, what do you call that? You're doing as a credit, right? That's what they call it.
Yeah.
What do you call that word?
Right now, it's
more of it's like an internship.
Oh, that's right.
Internship. Yeah, it's like an internship.
I'm glad that you mentioned it though, because that was the other thing I was going to throw out there. You know, if there are any college students, grad students, interested in looking for interning within the LGBT community, the Pride Center is always available and looking for some interns and trainees. We accept both interns and trainees.
Whether it's counseling interns or just office interns.
And office
interns, because we are looking for marketing interns and interns to that respect as well. So we're open, and if you want to send that out, you can send to my email address, creyes@sjpridecenter.org, and just put on the subject line interested in intern or intern request or whatnot, and I'll forward it to the appropriate person.
Okay, great. So now you got the good part of the meat of the person in the beginning. So tell me, I know that the Stockton Pride Center have been involved with in the community, which is good. Positive with our youth, and even in the gay community, the transgender community, the bisexual community, even with all the list that we'll be having a different event coming, like in August. There'll be a Pride Center going. I mean, not Pride. Yeah.
Yeah, our Pride Festival is August 25th.
Pride Festival. That's right. Pride Festival on August. And there's a lot, but there's more involvement.
Yeah, well, we operate on a day-to-day basis. So the different programs that we have at the Pride Centers, we have our Cultivate and Acceptance program, and that is the main core of what we do. And in that program, we have memorandums of understanding with 3 different schools in the county, where we are entwined with their GSAs. And we just kind of push for acceptance and safe zones, honestly, for our kids. On top of that, we provide a Cultivate and Acceptance training, and we've gone out we train most of Stockton Unified at the beginning of the year. Most of the teachers come in through to 3 different high schools and sit through our training, which is somewhere between 2 to 3 hours long, depending on how big the group is. But so we train all high school teachers in how to accept or even just act normal around the LGBT community. What's the feedback on that? Are they good? Are they positive? Are they negative? Honestly, we get a lot of demand and requests for our training, and we're not only stuck to San Joaquin County. We've gone as far down as Bakersfield to produce the training. I myself sit on the community advisory board for this Stockton Police Department, and we work closely with helping train those officers on how to deal with trans individuals, gay individuals. And so we try to involve ourselves in every aspect of the community to kind of make it easier for the LGBT community in our county, and further to kind of get by.
So let me ask you this. I know that a lot of people are when in Stockton, people assume that you're gay. When you go to the Victory Park and you're sitting on your cross, with your friend, and they're saying, "Oh, fag," that's the word they use. And
yeah.
I'm looking around, I'm looking up, and they're like, "What are they talking about? We're not doing anything. We're just kind of mutually talking,
hanging out."
But hanging out, yeah. But still, there's a lot of stigmatism that people are afraid to just kind of hold hand, or kind of when sometimes like for people who have anxiety attacks. Before I don't know, I used to grab somebody's arm just to feel validate, like, oh, I'm okay. And yeah, people take it the wrong way. It's not like I want to hold this person, but yeah, people take it, oh, that's being gay or being, and that, to me, that's a stigmatism of judging book by its cover.
Yeah, most definitely. And I think because of the current environment and our current political environment, I should say, and what's going on in Washington, it's giving these individuals that feel that way the sense of power to be open about their what's the word I'm looking for?
Acceptance?
No, not even accept. Well, it gives them it makes them feel like they have the ability and the right to be discriminatory. So at this point, it's a little hard, and I'll be honest. Even myself, as an individual who has lived out open, free as a trans woman since the 90s, I've never felt so unsecure as I do now in this environment. But all we can do is just kind of watch each other. As a community, we need to watch each other.
I do believe that if you have a lot of support, like you said, you're right, to watch each other back and really care with that person. Because I know sometimes LGBT community sometimes it gets divisive when it comes to politics or religion or financial status. They get divisive on it, and then it shouldn't be. When you talk about hate zone and prejudice, we always prejudice our own self all the time, and it's not good. We have to learn. Like, wait a minute, I already been through this already. Why am I gonna be on my own community, be prejudiced again? My own community that's been. Maybe everybody should be happy with who they are.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm trying. That's what the Pride Center have been giving me the past since before. Just come in and help. I know Reyes, what's his name? The guy who helped Susan Eggman.
Joel.
Joe was the first person that introduced me, and then I had man, my mind went blind and I started kind of starting, But there's a lot of men's groups that also the support group and often and then kind of come and talk.
Well, yeah, and that's another thing.
They go there, but but there's another thing that when you go in this group and they invite people, sometimes they have their cliquish sometimes. I haven't felt, but that's why I haven't gone up because I didn't feel good. But then today I'm going back. I'm gonna go anyway. Play game night. That's what they're gonna call it, game night.
It's game night tonight.
But still, it's awesome to have some kind of support, no matter who they are, whether your differences or what you look like or how you feel toward people and whatever. And I feel you have that comfort.
Yeah, and that's something that I think we try to encompass at the Pride Center. Along with the Cultivating Exceptions program, we have our counseling services, and part of the counseling services is we have support groups. You mentioned we have our men's group, which is usually the first Monday of every month, which will be the second. Monday. Yeah, the second Monday of every month. I'm right. You're correct. The second Monday of every month, which will be tonight at 6 o'clock at the Pride Center. We have a women's group, which is usually the first Thursday of every month, at 6 p.m. at the Pride Center. And then we have our Transgendered Alliance, which is the second Thursday of the month at the Pride Center, again at 6 p.m.
What?
Second Thursday.
Second Thursday. Okay.
And that again is at the Pride Center. And all these groups are unfacilitated. There's just peer ran, and it's for most of the time we just get together and hang out and discuss whatever's on our mind. We're free to speak openly. Sometimes we'll have adult beverages because it's nothing but adults around. So, but we try to offer a space for people to come, be free, be themselves, be comfortable, and be able to unload whatever's burdening them from the week or from the month, depending on the services. On top of that, we also offer facilitated groups. We have a peer family, a parent family?
Yes.
That Stephen
Hold
runs.
on, before you go faster,
Yes.
Can you give me another, there's no sign for facilitate. What's the other word for facilitate?
What would be another word for facilitated?
As in,
Well, so facilitated would be a group where there is a clinician there.
yeah.
Oh, clinician, okay.
So clinician-led group, I guess we could say.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So we
Well,
have
then-
clinician-led groups, correct? Which
Yeah.
would be like the parent and family group that Stephen runs the second and fourth Thursday, and he can tell you a little bit about that.
Yeah, and it's the second, fourth Saturday.
I'm sorry.
Saturday of each month, and that starts at 10 in the morning, and it's very like you were saying. As just a side note, somebody that works there at the center, and then also having visited the center as just a guest in the past, I think that we strive to have an area where people can come in and feel very comfortable, feel safe, and be able to express who they are. And that's why I was glad that we all got together as a team and we discussed having the parent, family, and friend group so that we can also include those who are supportive of our community. And we provide education. We are there to have support in general. Questions come up, we answer them. Parents support each other. You have siblings there. It's pretty nice. That's just one of them, though. We also have a few others that I know, Cymone, top of your head, you've covered some.
Yeah, well,
and I
we
know
have
you
the
a few others.
trans clinician-led group, which is on the fourth Wednesday of every month. And then
Well, let me ask you, before you go in there, what does that mean for people who might not know what does that mean? Transgender connection.
clinician-led.
Connection.
Okay, so
what is that? Because I want to make sure we don't go too fast so that people will know.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
what does this area mean? Because I know there's a lot of categories. that we're going
Categories
through.
and what
So
we
that
do.
way, any parent and any people who are feeling inadequate with themselves, they should have some kind of outlet.
So that's a good question because we are not married to the gender of the group. For example, if you identify as male, then you are more than welcome to come to the men's group. If you identify as female, then you're more than welcome to come to the women's group. And the Transgendered Alliance or the Transgendered Clinician-led group, or for anyone that identifies as something outside of the gender they were born into or assigned at birth.
So it's like, okay, I have to assign non-normal assign.
Well, I wouldn't say normally. It's just that they don't feel like the gender that they were given at birth.
Okay,
so,
man and man, okay, a gender man. Okay, because there's no
so
sign.
for example, at birth, I guess, called him. I was told my parents that I was a male.
Okay.
Obviously, in time, I realized that I was in what would be the wrong body, as you would say.
Okay.
So that would make me a transgendered individual because I'm living my life outside of what I was born or assigned at birth.
Okay, assigned. Okay, got it. I understand. All right, got it. Okay.
But it's not only open to just an individual who was born a female and lives or is male, was born female, but is living their truth as a male that they should have been born as, but also as those that are non-conforming or gender non-specific.
Okay. Okay. What did that mean?
And that is someone who doesn't identify either as male nor female.
Okay. Okay. Great. Okay. Now we'll clarify that.
We clarified that.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
Okay. Now, what was the topic you were going to say about transgender? Okay, we did talk about.
So we did the transgender. There's a transgender-led group.
Okay,
and I think that's the last one, correct?
Yeah,
I think that was the last
So
one.
what did you guys do? Do you have family? Do you have other organizations get involved? What do you guys do at the connect?
Well, the clinician-led, usually that is more of an actual support group where
Okay.
individuals come and discuss problems that myself as a peer probably wouldn't be able to address, whereas a clinician or someone with counseling background or training or schooling can address probably better than I could.
Okay, so they're intern, but are they advised by their superior? Because there's a lot of things that an intern might not know what to say.
Yes.
All our interns are supervised by one individual.
Okay.
And she checks in with them weekly.
Okay.
They're very well supervised. And when she's not in office, they can turn to either one of us, the staff members, as also for supervision or guidance and assistance.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. See, so in other words, you always have a back way of
Yes.
supporting what if there is no answer to the situation, then you'll come back to
Most definitely.
what do you call a patient or a client? What do you call them? A patient, client, or
I do refer to them as clients.
Clients.
I think we refer to them as
Okay, client. If you have like any because there's a lot. Because I know that like doctors treat their your illness. If you go to another doctor, they treat something else, your other illness, and then you go to another doctor, they tell like same thing with like a therapy would do. They will treat this particular this is what he mostly needs to work on, or another one will work on this particular area, or another one, and all that stuff. But yet it's always different from different. But when it comes to therapy, I know that. I had done therapy before, and here in the Bay Area, it's a lot different than here. They interact with your client, with the clinic, because it's an outdoor patient. So what they do is when you have a panic attack or anxiety, they have a psychiatrist working above, and they have a clinician, and then right there, and they have a therapist. So they kind of like up and ladder. So the therapist will write everything down, what you're doing on your daily basis. Oh, Doug is doing that. He's just sitting down. We need to, his job is to move around. We need to get him to walk, whatever. So we get him to walk. So he don't think about his problem, his part, or his whatever. But at the same time, it's like it's different. It's different how different tact. Helping people to sell, because sometimes probably say, oh, it's something wrong with my body. It's not normal. Is it normal? Is it normal? And I had somebody in the will coach me. I was breathing heavily, and it's okay. You're out of shape. You're doing fine. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know it's ridiculous at first,
Well, we can really relate.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm like, I can find, and then I said, and you're doing okay. So, and then they write down everything, and they write down, and then you go in a group, and you get in a group, and you say, man, this person is a lot worse than me. Why in the hell I'm doing here? See, it kind of cuts your mind. I'm not as bad as what this person has to go through, but yet, even when you see somebody out there on the street, our job, when you have a contract, they say, okay, be professional. If you see something that in your group, just don't acknowledge it. Don't say hi. Oh, I know you. You have
confidential.
to keep it confidential.
Even for me, we were just talking about that on our way over here, because I ran into someone that I see on a regular basis at work. And for me, if they acknowledge me first, I'll say hi, but that's about the extent that I will, because we're in public and you don't know who they're with or what's going on. So you try to keep things very confidential. At the end of what we were doing, they came up to me and then they asked a few questions, and obviously they knew where I was from and the person was open about how they knew me. But usually, yeah, I, as far as the counseling services department, I think we're very, very strict on confidentiality.
Perfect.
And we really pushed on the fact that we need to be very confidential and private with. So much so that we do a lot of inner office emailing and stuff. And we were just talking about, we had an issue.
That's something that a lot of people are asking me. So how confident are they?
Oh yeah, very confidential.
So that's good to hear.
And we have no paper trail. So anything that's done between the clinician and his supervisor is all email. Confidentially emailed between them. Any paperwork that they have is shredded, either by myself or by them personally. Okay. So outside of myself, him and his, like for example, we use Stephen. Outside of myself, Stephen and his supervisor, no one will see the interactions. And even I think I disclosed him the other day. He asked me, we were discussing something, and I was like, well, I don't read your guys' paperwork. I just file it away and shred what I need to shred. So even I don't, go through it. I'm very. But again, I've been doing this since the AIDS Foundation in '92. So confidentiality back then, as you had to just strict by it, adherely. Yeah. Otherwise, you were in serious trouble. So that's where I come from.
But that's good that people will identify confidential, because people are afraid to expose themselves. Yeah. They hate to be vulnerable. They don't know. They're confused. They're having anxiety. They're not sure about themselves. They're going through identity crisis. They sometimes are taking medication, and it kind of perpetuate that anxiety, thing, and sometimes even the medication they're taking give them anxiety. So it's really it's a two-street, and definitely people are anxious about confidentiality, because Stockton is a very small town, and people know each other. People will see you there and like, this guy goes to the private time, this guy goes this way, this guy goes this way, and that's something that because they're trying to be discreet, but then there are a lot of people don't know, like the down low. Yeah. I don't like the word down low, because they feel afraid that their whole life we're gonna fall down in front of them, or they be discreet. The word it should be stigmatized. The word should be that down low. It can't even be.
Well, yeah, because it's insinuating that you're hiding something or you're ashamed of something.
Right.
So I get what you're saying. Excuse me. I forgot what I was going to get to. Where was I going with this?
They say some people will feel ashamed about this.
Well, yeah, and I the shame that comes with, so the thing with the counseling service, and I'll talk about counseling service because that's more my department than anything else. We have a separate entrance from the Pride Center. There's the main entrance to the Pride Center, and then we have a side entrance where if you don't want to be they're associated, that they're together, you can easily just come and go without being noticed or while having to walk through the Pride Center itself.
Okay, so you have two doors.
We have two doors, separate entrance, and we usually keep the door that adjoins the center with the counseling department closed when we have clients in. Okay. So generally, clinic runs Friday and Saturdays. So we try to always keep the door to the main center closed off while we have clients coming and going. And we do have a separate entrance that's only open during clinic hours. Usually, most of the time, that's closed off and you'll have to.
So let me ask you this, okay, now, for be specific, for people who might suffer from emotional illness or mental illness, physical illness, what are you, as a clinical, what do you work on when people come? Because some people are like schizophrenic. Are you working on people with variety? Just to let the viewer know, how far can help that the clinical could do?
So we don't diagnose. We're just there more to kind of assist, correct? And I think Stephen can probably answer this a little better than I can. But I know that for a fact we don't do diagnosing. We don't do that kind of medical treatment there. Ours is more kind of clinical therapy, and it's kind of almost a self-help or guiding you to.
Well, as mentioned, in therapy, we're working with each individual person that comes in. So our family, our couple. So it just kind of is geared towards what their needs are. And if we ever come across anything where there might be the possible need for medical intervention or even further care, that's where we want to provide overall best services for our clients. So we'll refer them out if necessary, or even help them, guide them with how to contact their insurance, how to get in touch with a psychiatrist, how to get medically evaluated, and then also if there's any outside classes or things we can reach resource them out to in the community, we'll do that. For example, I mean, like on the side, if somebody is struggling with addiction, I mean, we might be able to help them reach out for services where they can get inpatient, outpatient care, or we're able to get them connected with AA groups, NA groups, things like that. Same thing with domestic violence. We also work with other what is the name, blanking, community organizations out there. So we also work with like the Women's Center, and we also provide referrals for that if somebody is in need of safety, things like that. So it always comes down to the person we're working with.
You said women's violence. What about LGBT youth gang violence? Did they have have that been going up, or have it gone down? Have it been decreases?
In this county?
In this county, yeah.
In this county, I haven't heard, and someone that I kind of deal with the police department on a monthly basis for meetings, I haven't heard an increase of hate crimes on LGBT individuals as of yet.
Okay.
And hopefully, because California seems to be
slow
sometimes, but more liberal than most of the country. I'd be hesitant to say it would probably. I would hope it doesn't happen here. But as of now, I haven't.
Okay. Well, something that's good to know. We need to know, because as Stockton resident, we I always tell Nicholas, we need to have a what do you call a street truck. We have a supply right across the bus terminal.
Yeah, the truck like in Sacramento.
In Sacramento, and we should have that, because that's like a safe haven. Anybody could walk and show that look, we're here. We're not going nowhere.
Yeah, no.
So then we should have some kind of rainbow sidewalk where say, hey, this is
the Pride Center. Yeah.
We need to imitate people that are more aggressive and make our city more beautiful. Because I think that when you look at the day before when I was having my anxiety attack, I had a hard time missing out on the men's group. I had been there like 3 months, because every time I go there, I go there, I drive, and I'm okay, I'm going to get there. And once I walk up the stair, my heart starts palpitating a little bit, and I go there and I meet the group. And then the guys get out of hand. I'm like, they're laughing, they're talking, and everything.
They're just
too much interaction. I'm overloading.
Sensory overload for you.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay.
So then let me ask you, what do you do to kind of center yourself in that situation?
Right now, I kind of move away. Move away. It's like a habit of my nature to kind of move away from the group, and just kind of realizing, okay, I don't want to be an introvert. Cause normally I'm not usually an introvert, but I usually kind of get out and just say, okay, I'm calm, okay. And I try to, the next person that I sit next to, I was like, hi, how you doing? And I try to talk, not to be, but a lot of people just. They're literally talking over each other. I'm like, what are you talking? And I get overwhelmed. I'm like, oh my god, I can't. So I mean, I enjoy going there, but as far as people with like myself who had hearing difficulties, because it constantly overloads my brain, and it's sensory, and then I'm looking at them. I'm like, I can't do this no more. I can't do it. It's not like I don't want to be part of the event, which I love to be there. But I make friends there too, and then when I like right now for 3 months I haven't been, and they stop inviting me to go anywhere with them. I even put on my Facebook said, please don't invite me for an open event, because it's hot and I am fat. That's what I said. I don't want to go out no more with anything that has to do with heat, so that's what I did, So and I had a good review, but it was kind of funny. But the thing is that when you come to the support, they do come and check you out. They say, what's up? Why and they get joke. But when they start joking, I start getting this. It get overwhelming again, And when I said, okay, time to go, I'm running downtown area. Like, okay, I'm going to be home safely. I'm going to get out safely. I don't know. So I'm going and walking to my car. Normally I have something kind of drive me to my car. I'm not that far from the Pride Center. But it's a good peer group, and I really appreciate the Pride have given so much into the community as well. Like you just put down a lot of program for to identify acceptance,
Yeah,
identify and no hatred in its own. I do believe that, but there's no interpreter. That's why. To me, I can't.
And seeing
I
things
want
like
to take
that.
my hearing aid off. Look. And there's no interpreter, but I've been asking Nick, like, please, it's got too much money, and it's very difficult for me, because there are a lot of my friends who want to come that don't need me.
Let me ask you,
Okay.
as someone who's what is it, hearing impaired,
Uh-huh.
who could we turn to kind of assist us with providing interpreters? For example, we have Pride coming in, and I think we usually have an interpreter on the stage.
Yeah, his
for
name
that.
is Mark Medina.
So,
Mark, it's been very good.
For other events, who can we kind of tap into for that as a resource?
Well, Mark is the only LGBT community that's involved.
Okay.
But as far as Mark Medina, he right now he pretty much, I know that it's an open gay couple over there, and people identify him as like a leader in the deaf community, because he's very well known in the LGBT community, in the deaf community. So every time Mark identify is there, all the LGBT community that are like in Modesto, Stockton, Sacramento, San Francisco, they're all gonna need to see him, because he's signed awesome. Because there are a lot of interpreters that don't translate well. Mark does it well, So he does a lot of now he's on Instagram now. He does 205 patient something. You know what that is, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking about it. Maybe I should take CBA, the cannabis drop.
CBD.
CBD, yeah.
Yeah, CBD.
And it probably relax.
Yeah, and it'll relax you and not give you the high effect, the head change and all that
right.
stuff.
So I was thinking, because I was trying to find, because I didn't have my therapist for a long time, and so everything that's gone downhill, after my good therapist was really good, and he's like, Doug, you need to do this, you need to do that. I'm like, I was really pumped. And then all of a sudden I'm like, what happened? It caught me off guard. I got another one. What am I at? But still, it was kind of really interesting how it really helped. I really do think that people who can't afford therapy, because they're frustrated, because there are a lot of people who can't afford therapy.
And that's important to bring up. Is our services is free. Our services are free of charge. We received a grant that allows us to provide these services for free, and not many people out there are offering you free clinical counseling services for free.
Right.
You don't require any insurance. We don't even ask you for an ID. We don't care if you're legal, illegal. We don't care whether you're gay, straight, or anything else. Mm-hmm. We're here to assist the community. I mean, we primarily focus on the LGBT community.
Right.
But we don't turn anyone away. So let me clarify that by saying we won't turn anyone away.
Well, it's good, because I don't think that people need to hear that, because a lot of people are looking for, because I have people that already came to me and said, where can you find in a therapy, as far as that? And I said, well, California. You know that California is the one worst place to go, because I personally, when I went, people were asking me to go over there, Doug, and I went and checked it out. There was a security guard, I told you. And I went over there, and then I was looking for, it's called Peer Group. And I said, I'm going to go and check it out. It's called NAMI. NAMI is the one that told me about it. So I went in there, and I got her in there. I heard people, when I walk into that door, the lobby, I heard people screaming, ah! Like that, like screaming their life out, I'm like, what's going on here? It's like, it's getting me more anxious, and I'm like, this guy is losing it or something. So what happened? So I had to leave, because I wasn't too comfortable going. So when I was walking, this lady asked the security guard, where's my car? I said, sorry, we don't deal with crazy people. That's what he said to the lady.
You're kidding.
Yeah, that was totally unprofessional. Yeah. So I quite frankly, I said, I'm gonna walk out of the car, and my mom, and it's when my mom was with me when I had a doctor appointment right after, so I wanted to check it out before I even go to check it out. So I went there. So that's how it is. That's how they kind of like stigmatize that. To me, just because you're going to therapy doesn't mean you're crazy.
Not at all.
Because that I always keep it. It's a tool, that something you can let it out and talk to people and say, look, this is where I'm at. I'm living with somebody that's difficult. I'm upset. It's not paying attention. You need to get some tool.
Yeah.
And my sister used to tell me that all the time. He said, I used to go to therapy and time. You did? You're well grounded. No, Doug. Believe me.
Well,
Really,
can I share?
Yeah,
I
go ahead.
myself suffer from anxiety disorder, and I was diagnosed 10 years ago after my mother passed away. Was on Lexapro and lorazepam, and have slowly taken myself off of medication by just meditation and a lot of it for me is redirecting my thoughts. If we could learn to kind of redirect our thoughts when we're in the middle of or at the beginning of a panic attack, oh my God, it does so much better. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't like 1212 California Street. I mean, and I don't mean to put it out there, but when I was going through my issues initially, I was just told, well, you just need to learn how to breathe.
Well,
So my response was, sir, I'm breathing. If I wasn't breathing, I'd be dead. So,
Right.
I mean, I don't know what you mean by you need to learn how to breathe.
Yeah.
But excuse me for saying that.
Yeah, it's that
so,
thing.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, even people tell me all the time, oh, you're so strong and you're so stable and you're so this. No, I always say I'm about as fragile as
Yeah.
a Fabergé
People believe
egg
that
dough.
go through you think that you're all well together.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you go through some
Oh, yeah,
stuff and
I'm
you don't want
just as
you don't
human
want
as
to
everyone
explain.
else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's scary because I know that when I like lately like 2 days ago, I woke up like 4 o'clock in the morning and I woke up and all of a sudden my heart started pumping real fast. Like, what's going on? And I had a palpitation, so I had to check my pulse and I'm like, oh man, it's 110. I'm like, what is this? How come it's not? Why? I don't know why. I would not having a bad dream. I was not having any sugar high because I checked my blood and I said, no, it's normal. I even checked my pulse and I'm like, what is this? And I'm like, what's wrong with me? How come I'm getting this thing that my high pulse? So I had to take a blood pressure and then I got up scared and I took my blood pressure. I said, you know what, I better take it now. I will wait. Calm down. I'm like, all my thoughts kind of around. I'm having a stroke. I'm having a heart attack. I'm having this. I'm having that. You know, what's going on? Is this a warning sign? And all that trigger.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
I'm like, but and yet, that's what also that's what the thing about the Price Center that I really admire their awareness of letting people know that they're there when you need them, regardless of what you go through. They're gonna kill more and find resources for you. Cause I know Nick has been really good at that too. You know, so I definitely think that a lot of people who want to find therapists, Price Center it's a good way of checking them out because.
Yeah, use this as a resource because if we don't have the services for you, we will find them for you or help you direct you to where you need to be to get what you need. But we generally try to cover most of our services in-house. And
We
for the
might
most
even go as far as to make it happen.
Yeah, honestly.
Really?
I'll be honest, the counseling service program was something that Nicholas and I first discussed 5 years ago. I was first hired on 5 years ago. I only worked for about 3 months because of health issues. I had to leave. I left for 2 years, and I came back. Nicholas and the board asked me to come back for the counseling services department. But this is something that Nicholas and I discussed 5 years ago, and I told him as a trans woman, I shouldn't have to go to Sacramento for therapy. I shouldn't have to go to Sacramento or San Francisco to see a doctor. We should have all that here. Stockton is big enough to be able to provide those kind of services.
Yes.
And so we're on the road to providing, not only do we do counseling services but we provide a lot of and I'll discuss this for a second. We provide a lot of services for transgendered individuals. We have we help with the name change documents, the gender marker change.
Hold on, not too fast.
Okay.
Name change document.
Yeah,
Okay.
the gender marker change documents for your birth certificate, which they'll change their gender marker on your birth certificate and license.
Okay.
We help you with fee waiver forms. Fee waiver forms for the courthouse. And then along with our different transgendered support groups, clinician-led and peer-led. So it's become a very strong trans-focused center.
Okay.
And I have to say, and I think because Nicholas and I have known each other since kindergarten, he always tries to make it a point to include the trans community. Even from the beginning and the inception of the Pride Center, he would call me, even when I wasn't involved or an employee. Hey, this is what we want to do. How does this seem, is this offensive to this community or that community? Or how is this community going to react? Or how is your community going to react? So he tries to do everything with not offending anyone.
Oh, that's good. It's more like a sensitivity.
Yes. And if he does offend, or if something is done or said by someone, just any of us offend, we will quickly try to correct it and not kind of go down that road again. So we're very mindful about not offending anyone and what they think or whatever they're.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. You know, I know we're getting close to wrapping up, right? Wrapping up our show. I would like to have you come back again.
Anytime. This went by too quick.
It's really good. I mean, I would like to let people know that if you have anything to talk about and add, that the thing that have been discussed about, contact someone.
Yeah, you can contact me. The number at the center is 209-851-8580. That's the counseling services line directly.
Okay.
And if that's, you can use that number for any counseling related issues you might have, or if you just want to get a hold of the Pride Center, that's 466-7572, both in the 209 area code.
Okay, great. So you heard the statement. So I think we're gonna have your phone number on the profile, that way they can contact when they watch your video. I mean, this is a wonderful show. I really appreciate it. I'm honored for you guys came. I'm really thankful. I really came down because this has been a hot issue for people that have mental issues, mental wellness. I totally agree with that, and I really am thankful for your dedication, your hard work. Okay, thank you so much for watching The Voice of Stockton, the Vigil show. Have a good day. Bye bye.